Hi, happy Friday. Hi, everyone. Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, oh my God, so hot and muggy here too in Chicago. Oh my God. It's like you walk outside and it's this thick, thick air. Like you can't hardly breathe. It's disgusting out there. Super hot. So I'm sorry to hear that it's like that for you too, but happy Friday. And I love that, the KKPM family. Woo woo. At first I was, oh, gorgeous. I don't know about that, but thank you for saying so. But I looked at KKPM family and I was like, KKPM? I'm like, oh, I get it. KKPM family. I like that. I like that. So how are you, Chrissy? Hi, Penny. You did get me. You did get me. Yeah. How are you guys? Are you guys doing okay other than trying to stay cool? We are doing awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Yeah, other than trying to, stay cool in oh my God, this heat. Penny, how is your weather where you are? Penny, I can't remember if are you in the US or are you in the UK or something? I can't remember. The pups were in the pool all day. I wish I was with those pups in your pool. Oh my God. I wish I had a pool. I'm in a townhome. So I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I live in a townhome and we don't have a pool here. I wish we did, but we don't have one. Yes, it's warm. I'm on the border in Wisconsin by you. Okay, well then you know exactly what I'm talking about with this weather. Good grief. Oh my God, it's brutal. Brutal, brutal. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, this is kind of fun. My husband and I last weekend, on Sunday, drove out to Iowa to see Ed Sheeran. Woo woo! It was so fun, but oh my God, it was so hot. We were dying. I was literally melting. But oh my God, it was so good to see Ed Sheeran. We had passes to go on the field, like kind of close to where it was just general admission standing. Well, it wasn't general admission. It was like a special area. And oh, I love Ed Sheeran. Oh my God. And let me just say, he is amazing in like live. Your family lives in Iowa. Oh, cool. Okay, so Chrissy, you're probably familiar with what the event actually was. It was called the Indy 250, something something something. There was a couple extra words in there, but basically the Indy 250. So it was like this race that they do every year. It's a big deal, and they have a lot of big, named singers perform. Like for instance, this year they had Carrie Underwood, they had Zach Brown, Kenny Chesney. I forget who else was there, but those are the ones I remember. And then Ed Sheeran. So I don't know how Ed Sheeran made it into the mix. I know he's touring. So it could be that, maybe because it's a one-off, or I don't know, maybe he was, uh, touring near Iowa and they reached out to him. I'm not sure how they got. Hi from Argentina. Yay. I've heard of it. Do you think the Church of Latter-day Saints have accurate teaching about John Smith? That's an interesting question. Linda, let me add that to my list, because I do have my list. You guys know that I have my list. I'm going to add that to my list. I'll ask about that. Is John Smith the supposed founder? Is that, I mean, I'm not real familiar with the Church of Latter-day Saints, but is that supposedly their founder? Okay, so John Smith, Church of Latter-day Saints. That is a mouthful for a religion, isn't it? I mean, it's like, wow. That's a mouthful. Do they have accurate teachings? Teachings. Okay. Well, we'll ask that. I added that onto my list. Hi, Melissa. Yeah. Okay. So Melissa, is it like super hot by you? How is it in Argentina too, April? Yeah. I mean, and Linda, like, and Melissa, like we're dying, melting out here. Like literally melting. I'm melting. If you see, hi from Ohio. Hi. You probably have similar weather that like we do. Oh, my keyboard is sliding. Hold on. So yeah, we're melting. But imagine saying that after a few cocktails. Oh my God. You know, after a few cocktails, I don't even know that I'd realize I'm melting. I would just melt in the little pool and I'd be happy and, you know, wake up the next morning in a puddle. Oh, I need a cocktail, I'm telling you. I don't really drink too many cocktails, but yeah, it's so anyway, Ed Sheeran, oh my God, he was phenomenal. He was so flipping good. Like live, it was just as good, if not better, than his studio. You're drinking a frozen pina colada. Yes. Have one for me, Penny. I love pina coladas. 98 hot for me. Oh my good grace. Grateful it's not over 100 like last week. Yikes. Where are you, Melissa? Yeah, well, you know, I think one or two of the days this week, it might even be today, the heat index was supposedly over 100. And literally you could cut the air. You're in Central Cali. Wow. Holy cow. I didn't realize it got that hot there, Melissa. Holy cow. Sharing is caring. Yes, that's right, Penny. Pass out pina coladas for everybody in the chat. 89 in Ohio. Oh my God. It's like here. It's 92 here in Chicago. 92. Yes. And it's been like that most of the week. And last week, it's been brutal. Brutal. Ed Sheeran was so good though. Oh my God. Just so good. And it's funny because, you know, Ed Sheeran's from the UK. So he made these comments. It was so dang funny. So he comes out and he starts singing his first song. I forget what song it was. I love Ed Sheeran. I know he's amazing. He is amazing live. It's amazing. I mean, I can't even speak highly enough about him. But anyway, he comes out and he sings his first song. So listen to this. It was so funny. He comes out and he sings his first song. And then his like little stage manager comes out like in between after every song, he was switching guitars and stuff. So, but after the first song, he comes out with a different guitar and brings like this can and he hands it to Ed. And Ed says, okay, I've never sprayed, and he called it sun cream. He goes, I've never sprayed sun cream on stage before. Yeah, he did sing The Shape of You. He sang all kinds of my favorite. He sang The Shape of You, Thinking Out Loud, Sing, which I love sing. What else did he sing? Some of them I couldn't remember what the names of them were. What's the one that's called The Shape of You? Oh my God, that's one of my favorites. What's the one where he talks about chemicals? Something about chemicals. He sang that. He sang the one Dancing with My Eyes Closed, I think might be the name of it. So many, just so many like of his great hits. He's amazing. So anyway, he takes this can and he sprays sunscreen on his face and on his arms because, you know, so light and, light skinned and fair, red hair and all of that. So he's spraying sunscreen and then on his arms and stuff. And then he goes, he goes, we don't have weather like this in the UK. This is a proper heat. He's very fair skinned. This is a proper heat. I was like, yes. And if you don't have weather like this in UK, I might be moving to the UK. Yeah, it was brutal, but it was so cute. But he was up there doing his thing and, doing the looping on his machines. It was all live and he was amazing. He's got such a great personality and energy and, I just love him. He's just awesome. He's amazing. So anyway, that was my excitement last weekend. It was so fun. So good to see him. And then, of course, my husband and I are from Chicago, so we had to drive there. It was about 4.5, 5 hours in the morning on Sunday. We watched a little bit of the race and then watched Ed Sheeran. And then after Ed Sheeran, then we drove back 4 or 5 hours. So my dear friend lives in Tasmania, and I cannot wait to go visit her and her kitty cat, Sunny. Ah, love your tumbler. Cute. I know. Isn't it cute? My daughter got this for me. I love it. I love these colors. I love flowers, purple, violets. Like, well, look at my nails. Yeah, I love it. My daughter got it for me. Isn't it cute? And it's like, the metal, the double pane metal. So it keeps everything, because I drink coffee, right? So it keeps my coffee extremely hot for hours and hours and hours. Like sometimes if I don't leave the lid off and let it cool off a little bit before I take a sip, I'm burning my tongue. So it takes and if I put the lid on right away, it takes like an hour before it kind of cools off just enough for me to sip it. I mean, it keeps stuff really cold too, but I love this. We did take pictures. Yes, we did take pictures and recorded some video and yeah, he was just, he was amazing. I love Ed Sheeran. He's such a beautiful soul. So my husband had a good time. We had a great time other than the heat. I mean, it was brutal. They had a air conditioned, like a cooling trailer, I guess is what you might call it or something. But I did go in there for a little bit because I was literally, my whole face was bright red. I don't do well in the heat. So I go in there, well, because people are going out in and out all the time. And they just had these like little tiny wall conditioners, air conditioners. I wouldn't say it was really cool in there, but it was better than outside. So, but it took me sitting in there like a half hour before I started to cool down because it was so hot. But it was worth it. I got to see Ed Sheeran. He's awesome. Oh my God. I've been smiling all week. Oh, and then look at this. This was fun. We need to exchange emails so we can chit chat and see the pictures off screen. Yeah. Well, you guys can get my email. I mean, it's on, I think I have it on my page, on my channel here. And it's on my website too. But yeah, email me. It's Kathy, Kathie, psychic at psychickathy.com. You can send me pictures of your pool so I can be jealous. Yeah, anyone, feel free to email me. Email me fun stuff. So let me show you this. This was like, oh my God. So my husband had to take his car in yesterday to get his brakes fixed, right? And so he sends me this picture, and the picture didn't do it justice, but this is the loaner car. So he left work early so he could come home and take me for a ride in it before he had to take it back. I was like, I'm not giving the car back. This is the car. Wait, I'm going to find a good picture that you could see it here. Let me see here. Well, you might be, let's see. Can you see it here? This might be a good one. All right, let's see if you can see this. All right, let's see if you can see it. Convertible. And I'll show you the inside. Oh my God, I did not want to give this car back. I didn't want to get out. I was going to let him return the car with me in it. Look at this. Can you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it. Oh my God. It was just, I was like, this is the car they give you for a loaner while they're working on your brakes. Oh my God. We'd have to take a second mortgage to actually buy that car. But yeah, I did not want to get out of the car. I didn't want to give the car back. My husband didn't want to give it back. We were just like, I'm like, no, don't take it back. Your car is ready. Where are you? Oh, we're in Seattle. Oh my God. It was fun driving around in that for at least, an hour. So that was kind of fun. So we had some kind of fun, stuff happen. Could you talk about if Chanyeol is currently with someone or if he will be with someone who is very famous? Oh, so April, are you the one that asked me? I have Park Chanyeol. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I have that on my list. I wasn't sure. Are you the one that asked about him? I didn't know who he was, so I had to, Google and so yes, I do have that. Yeah, we are out. We're driving cross country. We'll be back in about 3 weeks. You can keep our car. Does it need more work? Anything else you can do on it to fix it so we can keep the car longer? Oh my God, it was so funny. Hold on one second. I'm going to go turn my ceiling fan on. I'm leaving camera. Oh my God, hold on. All right, I'm back. It is like so warm. It's like my air conditioning is not working. Okay, so I do have my list and I've got a lot of random stuff, but I do have Park on there, Park Chanyeol. Gosh, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, so I do have a bunch of different random stuff on here. So I'm just going to kind of go through and ask. And then of course, you guys know, you can always ask stuff in the chat too. But the first thing I want to ask about, I would love for you to do a reading on missing 6-year-old Summer Moon Wells. Yeah. Oh, Tangerine. I know I have been, you know what? I'll do her today. I'll add her on the list because I'm a little bad with English, so the translator's a great help. Awesome. Awesome. Is there a translator on here? I don't even know. That's great. If there's a translator, that's great. Summer Wells, I mean, she's on my list of true crime and I'll ask about her today. It's such a heartbreaking case. I know. Really, all of these, especially children, it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. And I can feel the dark energy that goes on in the world and with cases and, this stuff. I can kind of get into the energy and I can feel it. And it's so sad. So I just, I have this big list of true crime and I keep putting them off because in order for me to read, I have to get into the energy and it's so dark. You know what? I'm going to put my selenite My selenite, I always have it right here when I'm doing my reading. So this is, protection. Also helps to keep, your energy balanced. But yeah, so I will, Tangerine. I added her to the list. I've just been procrastinating because it just breaks my heart. I don't know. It breaks my heart. All right. So let's start with, not so depressing topics. Well, I guess kind of. So the first one, did you guys hear this? You will need 2+ of them with summer. I know. Well, I've got 3 in this bundle. There's 3 of them. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's three bars here. And I just hold them. I put them in my lap. I just love selenite. It's protection. It's, if we've had a bad day, it kind of balances your your energy. If you're feeling anxious or stressed, you hold it in your lap for like a half hour and you can just kind of feel things calming down and balancing. Maybe just ask if she will be found. April, you are doing awesome chatting with us here. Yes, you are, April. Yeah, Tangerine, I'll ask some questions. I mean, I already know kind of what I feel, what I pick up, what happened, but I'll ask some questions. I just have been procrastinating. And then, there's people that, I really just do the true crime to help, right? And I just try to help and educate people. And there's a lot of people who make really mean comments when I do true crime videos. So, then there's that. So not only are you getting into the energy of a tragic, awful situation, case, whatever, and then you got more, negative being shot at you because there's so many mean people in the world. I don't know why there's so much hate. But anyway, yeah, I know. I mean, what can you do? Just do your protections like I do. Do my protections. That's all you can do. Wish them love and peace, that they find love and peace and happiness in their life. That's about all you can do. Okay, so did you guys hear about this? Johnny Depp. He is touring, I guess, with his band. True crime is sad and it drains your energy, and some people have to criticize. Yeah, it's very true. So Johnny Depp is supposedly touring with his band, something Vampires. I can't remember the name of his band. But anyway, apparently oh my God, what town was it? I don't even know. Hi, Maria. Happy Friday. Where was it? Let me see here. I'm looking on Google. Was it Budapest? Hungary? Oh, Hungary. Okay, so he was in Hungary. And maybe he still is. I don't know. Hollywood Vampires. That's it. Hi, Ashley. Yes, from Johnny's band. Jeff Beck passed away a few months ago. I know. That was so sad. Was Jeff Beck in Johnny's band? I think he was. Yeah, now that does sound familiar. Yeah, Jeff Beck, amazing. Amazing musician. Oh my God. Hollywood Vampires. Yeah, that's the band name. So he was in Hungary and I guess he passed out. So and they found him passed out or unconscious or something in his hotel room. So they called the doctor in. They're kind of being a little tight-lipped about, what happened or what, but I guess the rest of his tour was canceled. So I'm going to ask, really what I wanted to ask about that, unless you guys have some other questions about Johnny, but what I wanted to ask is, was there any, foul play, or did something like foul play or something happen to make Johnny Depp unconscious or pass out or whatever happened to him? I mean, I hope he's okay. So let's ask that. So because that's going to be a quick one. So I want to ask, was he under the influence of a substance? That's a good question. Yeah, I'll ask that too, Christy. So let's ask if Johnny Depp if there was foul play in somehow involved at all in, causing him to be unconscious or whatever, passed out unconscious, whatever happened to him in his hotel room in Hungary. Well, I'm not getting that there was foul play, thank goodness. But I am getting that I do think that, and this will probably answer your question too, Chrissy. I do think that Johnny's been a little depressed lately. So, and he's really, really trying hard to keep that, under wraps. But I am getting that he's been depressed. So I'm picking up, in his energy that I think he may have taken some, either, was it drinking? Let me focus on that for a second. I think he looked really hard after Jeff. Yeah, he took it really hard after Jeff passed. I know. Which is probably why he's been pretty depressed. He's trying to hide it, but yeah, I would say he's been taking it pretty hard, and he's just been really depressed. But I do think he was drinking, but I think he may have taken something. It could have been, this is allegedly. I do think that he may have been drinking, but I also think that he may have been on something. I'm going to say it like that. So, here's the good news though. As time goes on, I see him getting better and stronger and starting to come out. See, this is him kind of coming out of what's holding him back and blocking him, and the stress is starting to go away. So I do think that he's going to be starting to feel better, and he'll be back to himself again. But right now I think that that's part of what happened. I think maybe there's some things that mixed that didn't go too well together, allegedly, maybe excess. So if they canceled the whole tour, it must be a struggle. Yeah. He needs to come hang out with us at the KKPM Family for Love, Peace, and Stability. Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Johnny, come and join us. And boy, did he go through horrendous time with that whole Amber Heard thing. I mean, ridiculous. That was ridiculousness. But anyway, I think, I think it may have been a combination of a few things that didn't mix well, and he spoke his truth. Yeah. So I think it may have been a few things that kind of a little bit in excess, allegedly. And he just feels really depressed to me right now. So, he may have been trying to go on the tour so that he could Because what I'm kind of feeling is he did the tour to try to get his mind off of things. And I think what he needs to do is let himself grieve, heal, whatever, get out of his depression, kind of just take some time for himself. That's what I'm getting. I just feel this was not a good time for him to do a tour. I'm not feeling that. So I'm happy though to see that he's going to be, feeling better eventually. Let me see how long. I'm getting about 6 months. So not too bad. And he'll make incremental, he'll get, he'll feel incrementally better between now and then. We can send him to Penny's home for cocktails and laughs. Yeah. And then your house, Chrissy, for the pool party. Y'all can go there and hold up your pina coladas in Chrissy's pool. Money troubles, I read. Ooh, you know what, Tangerine? Let me ask that. Let me ask if Johnny is having money trouble. I don't know that I've heard that. Ashley, have you heard that? Let's see. I do think he's having some money troubles. And you know what the reason is? He was during the trial because he lost so many movie projects. Well, and home almost foreclosed, but he saved it. Yes, that's what I was just going to say. Here's the foreclosure. And here's all the projects that he lost because of that person, Amber Heard, and what she put him through, and losing projects and movies and whatever. So yeah, here's the bankruptcy. And I do think, I am getting a solid yes that he is having money problems. So that's probably causing some of his depression too. I know he owns his own island in the Bahamas. I wonder if he lost a lot of money due to that court case and work. Yeah, I think he did. I didn't know he had an island in the Bahamas. Doesn't he live in France though? Is that where his home is that was foreclosing? It's in France, or is it Italy? I think it's France. So yeah, I do get some financial difficulties. France. Yeah. And this is interesting too. This is him getting out of the bankruptcy and not having to lose his house. The public is behind him, so that's good. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's got a lot of support, a lot of love. A lot of people are really wishing the best for him. So, and I think that's contributing too. But again, here's that, him, I don't want to say it, but little self-medicating. I'm going to say it like that, allegedly. That's what I'm going to say. Just because he's trying to get through. And I just think that he probably shouldn't have scheduled the tour right now. I just really hope that he gets back on top. Let's ask that. That's a good question. Let's ask if he's going to financially, because I heard, aren't there rumors that, send him, everyone, if you feel comfortable with it, send him love and positive energy and healing. But you know what? Let's ask if he's going to get, back financially stable again, where he's not so worried about He has more movies coming out soon. Good. I know, Chrissy's so sweet. Scout is so sweet. You all are so sweet. I love you guys. I love hanging with you guys on Friday. Okay, so let's ask if Johnny will get back on top and, you know, get to a financial point where he's stable again and he, you know, is kind of back to where he should have been all along, if not for that person. Well, it's going to take him a while, but yes. Okay, I finally got it. Yes, he is going to eventually get to a point where he's doing well financially again. But this is funny. This is what I was chuckling about. This is Amber struggling for money herself. That's what you get, right? Anyway, so I just thought that was funny. That made me chuckle. But, you know, I still see him doing some scrambling. This is probably, maybe it's his, I'm imagining that he owns more than one home in France, right? So I see him selling off some property. If it's that island, I don't know. But I see him selling at least a couple of things off to try to bring some money in. Karma for Amber. Yeah, absolutely. It backfired on her. Yeah, it did backfire on her. I mean, there were so many jokes and memes going around from that. They were actually kind of funny. But I see him selling a couple things for right now to try to help. But look at this. He's going to get back into a place of, you know, balanced finances again. This is him balanced finance and balance. And right now it's not quite where it should be, but it's building till he gets here. Let me see if I can focus on how long. I'm getting about a year and a half. About a year and a half, I think. And it doesn't mean that he's not going to, you know, make some, I guess, money or start saving or whatever projects, you know, money coming in between now and then, but I'm getting about a year and a half. So this is good though. I see him getting back there. He's just got to, you know, Amber's another one of those ones that has extremely dark energy. So, you know, Johnny needs to do some energy clearing too. He just needs to do some energy clearing to gather his thoughts and energy, and he will come back stronger in body, mind, and soul. Yeah. Yeah, he will. And he needs to take care of himself right now. And he also needs to do some energy clearing. So Johnny, if you can hear me, do some energy clearing. Stay on his island, away from all. Yeah, he just needs time to just gather himself, regroup, heal, you know. But if we can all send him, let's all send him some love and energy and, you know, healing energy, and that he heals quicker. You know, we all do. We feel bad for what he went through. It was absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, that was Johnny. So I want to ask about, excuse me, I want to ask about Carlee Russell. Okay, we talked a little bit about, please do some. Energy clearing, Johnny, as per Kathy. Yes. Yes. Energy clearing. Carlee Russell. Okay. So if you guys remember, I talked about this, was it last week or maybe the week before? I can't remember now. She's the one that, the young lady who is beautiful, by the way, it's come out that it was a hoax. And I mean, I did pick that up before the police came out and gave the press conference that it was a hoax. But I mean, there's a lot of different really weird. She fibbed big time. Yes, she did. It was a big hoax. But if you remember last week, I kind of picked up that I was being pulled in between hoax, mental instability, and I kept being pulled back and forth. So I still feel that, there's some instability there, allegedly. But what I want to ask is, and this, my daughter asked me to ask this, is, how she had a lot of donors that donated money to the family and whatever to try to help find her and the search and whatever. I think it was like $68,000, and I don't know if that's exact, but it was a lot of money that was donated. So my daughter asked if any of the donors, because the latest thing is that they're not going to refund. First, they came out and said they were going to refund the donors, which I feel they should. We need a t-shirt that says allegedly. We do. Allegedly. We do need a t-shirt that says allegedly. It's going to say clear your energy allegedly. That would be a good one. Oh my God. Okay. Clear your energy allegedly, or allegedly clear your energy. Okay. So I want to ask so now the latest thing is that they came out saying they're not going to refund any of the, boom, mic drop. The latest thing is they're saying they're not going to refund. The donors are not being refunded. I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong. And if they're not going to donate, now, you know what? I was just going to say they should give that money to all the agencies that put in time and effort. But no, she should be made to pay that. She should be made to pay that. And I hope that they do make her pay that. But anyway, what my daughter wanted to know was if any of the people that donated energy cleared illegally. Yeah. So let's ask if any of the donors that donated money when she was, allegedly, supposedly not really missing, but missing, she needs to pay the restitution. Yeah. So let's ask if any of these donors that put in money will sue her or her family to get the money back. Because I think it should be given back. Absolutely 100%. I think it should be given back. That's wrong if they do not refund everyone. Okay, so let's ask if any of the donors will sue either Carlee or her family to get their donation back. Well, this is interesting. I'm not certain that any donors are going to sue her because I'm getting a no, a flat out no. And this tells me they're not going to sue her. It's something else. This is my something else card. Hi, Natalie. It was so rude and reckless what that young lady did. 100%. 100%. But again, not that I'm defending her. I think there's some allegedly some mental illness there. When I tap into her energy, it doesn't feel stable to me. It feels off. There's something off, allegedly. There's something off. Anyway, so I don't think they're going to sue her. This is a no on the court, but this is interesting. Some of them are going to get their money back. And I don't know if that's from the family. Well, it would have to be from the family. It can't be from Carlee because I don't think she has any money. Hi, Linda. I don't think she has any money, but I do see some money being offered back to some of the donors. Not all of them, but some of them. It's not Carlee, though. I think it's her family is going to offer some of the money back. Carlee. I meant energy cleared allegedly. Yes. Hi, Kathy. Yes, I agree. She's not stable in her mugshot. She's smiling. It looks creepy. Oh, I haven't seen her mugshot. She was charged today. She turned herself in. Maybe court will order restitution. You know, we can ask that, Melissa. That's a good question. But look, she is not wanting to take ownership of anything. This is her. This is Carlee allegedly not wanting to take ownership of anything that happened. She is like, la, 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 like going about her business. That's what I'm getting. So I don't think anyone's going to sue her, but I do see some money going back to some of the donors, not all of the donors. And I think it's the family. I think it's someone in the family that gives some of the money back, I think. Let's ask if did it for the attention. You know, I know I've heard so many different rumors about this case, and I did kind of go through a lot of the things I heard, and that is definitely one of the rumors or the theories out there is that she she did it for attention and notoriety, and you know, oh my God, there's so many things out there, but yeah, I wonder what they did with all that money, right? Where did that money go? That's a great question. But you know, Tangerine, if you go to my last week's, I think it was my last week live, I feel a good portion of what motivated her to do this was allegedly, I feel that her employer knew that she was stealing even before it showed that video of her taking the robe and the toilet paper. That's nothing. I think she may have been taking money from her employer from before. And I think they found out. And I think Carlee knew that she was going to get fired and maybe even charged by them. And I think that's why, or not the only reason, but I think that's kind of what I picked up when I tapped into the energy, that I feel like that was kind of a big piece of why she did this hoax. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, her nails and her hair were always done perfectly, and that costs money. Yeah. They said the money would be returned. Well, but Penny, didn't it come out that the money wouldn't be returned? I thought maybe, I don't know. I thought I had seen the latest thing, and I don't follow all the news regularly. So maybe they came back out and said they are going to return it. I thought the last thing I saw was that they weren't going to return the money, that they had decided not to. Maybe they changed their mind again. I don't know. Was there a pregnancy with her? Well, I did ask that on my last week's live, Tangerine, but no, I didn't get that there was. I just looked since we were talking about it. Okay. Well, that's good. Excuse me. If they're going to return the money, that's great. I mean, the money should be returned 100%. There's no question about that. The money should be returned. And I feel bad for the family because they were kind of dragged into this whole shenanigans too. So I feel bad about that. But originally they said it would be returned, but then it came out she was lying and they needed the money for further investigation and they would no longer be getting it back. See, yeah, they said 63,000. Yeah, I knew it was like 60 something thousand. Yeah, see, that's what I heard, Ashley, is I heard that the money wasn't going back. But, I don't know. I see at least some of the donors getting money back. I do see some of it going back. Now, maybe if what Mudball just said is true, then maybe they use some of that money for investigation or whatever, lawyers, who knows? And then whatever's left over, maybe that's what's going to be returned. And maybe that's why it's not the whole thing, or I don't know. I mean, it's just a ridiculous case. It's terrible. All these agencies came in and spent this time. And that one woman, gosh, I forget the other family's name, but they also had a daughter, excuse me, that went missing kind of in the same locality, I believe. And they were involved in trying to help search for her. And that had to have brought up memories for their family about their own daughter, and terrible situation. Judge will make her pay it back. In my opinion, all the money should be returned, not paying for the agencies or the attorneys. Yeah, that's right. I agree. And I think probably everybody in the world feels that. I cannot imagine. Let's ask that. Let's ask if the judge will order her to pay the money back, or have someone, whoever got that money. I think it was the family. I don't think Carlee got it. I think her family got it because it was raised right to help with the search. So let's ask if a court will rule someone, whoever has that money or is responsible for it, will a court rule that someone has to pay any of the donors back, or all of them, or any of them, or a portion of them, or whatever. I mean, I feel like they will. That's kind of what I'm picking up. I feel like some of it. I don't know if it's going to be through the court, though. I mean, I'm getting a no as far as the court goes, but I can't imagine the court or a court not getting involved. I'm getting a no. But again, I am getting that some money will go back. And, and I think, this is probably someone from the family. I do think that, again, it's kind of saying the same thing, that I think some money will go back. But again, oh my God, look at this. Carlee, again, does not want to give any of the money back. She doesn't think anything should happen. I can feel her energy. It's like she's like not in reality. She's not in reality, allegedly. I can feel her energy. It's like she's just la 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 la, skipping through the fields like nothing is happening. Nothing happened. That's not a normal reaction. It's something's off. I don't know. I think she needs help. Yeah, she's not even in reality at all. Like at all. I'm not even feeling that. I do feel she should do a little bit of time, maybe 60 days in the community service, then full restitution to pay back for her search. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody does. And I think everyone wishes that these charges were felonies rather than misdemeanors. You know, whoever the attorney is that they got, though, for her, boy, good attorney. I'm feeling the energy. It's a good attorney. They're going to be able to negotiate something. They'll be able to negotiate something. It's a good attorney. Whoever they got is really good. I don't know I forget who the attorney's name is. So I don't know. Plus mental health help. Yeah. She needs that really bad. She needs that really bad. I can feel it. It's really sad, especially for such a young person. You know, it's sad for anybody, but I mean, you know, gosh, you've got this beautiful young lady that really has her whole life ahead of her. And then this, I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame. Prayers for her family. Yeah. Okay. Listen to these questions. Oh, you know what? Let's ask about Park Chanyeol. Can you ask Spirit if she did illegal substances? I think I asked something similar to that last week, Chrissy, but let me focus. She did. I don't think she did that day, though. But yeah, I'm going to say allegedly, yes. I can feel it. And in a roundabout way, I think that was a way for her to self-medicate. I think that's why a lot of people do any kind of substances or drink is they're self-medicating. Or trying to not acknowledge problems that they're having in their life or something, you know, or escapism, you know, they're trying to escape or self-medicate, you know. But yeah, I do think that she did some substances, illegal substances. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Before we get into the really crazy questions that I have on my list, I'm going to ask about, April asked about Park Chanyeol of EXO, which I had no idea who this person was. So he's apparently a South Korean rapper. And so April wanted to know, well, and I know April asked in here. So the first thing I'll ask is, will Park Chanyeol, I'm just going to say Park because I don't know how to exactly pronounce that last name. I always get people to ask about that. I have no clue how to ask or pronounce their name. So I'm going to ask, will he ever get a future partner that is somebody famous? I love EXO. They have great music. You know, I haven't heard their music, but yeah. Maria, that was what I thought. I was like, who? But I mean, I wouldn't know rappers. I mean, I'm old. I don't follow the young, you know, I'm a rock person. I like heavy metal and rock. I know. And Ed Sheeran. I like actually all music, but I don't know. I didn't know who that was, but I'll have to listen to some of their music sometime. I'm old too. They're from South Korea. Yeah, that's what it said. I'm old, so no idea. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I looked up. Gosh, when I looked up just to get an image of who he was and whatever, it just kind of came up with a bunch of images. God, I don't know how old he is. I didn't look, but he looks like he's like 11. I mean, he looks like a little kid. So I don't know if he is really young or if he's just, ages very wonderfully and, looks great for his age. I don't know. But anyway, so let's ask if he will, let's ask if he will, when I say vintage, I don't mean 1990. That's right. I got you on that one, Tangerine. I know exactly what you're talking about. We're not old. We are fabulously 40 and feisty 50s. I like it. I like it. All right. So I'm going to ask if first, I'm going to break it up. I believe he's in his late 20s, early 30s. Well, God bless him and his family genes. Holy heaven. Seriously, he looks like he's 11. Good for him that he ages so wonderfully. I mean, I wish I did. Good for him. Okay. So first I'm going to ask if Pete Park will ever meet or, have like a true love come into his life. And then we'll ask if it will be another, if this partner will be someone well-known or famous. Well, he has an opportunity. He is Korean. They all look like they are forever 12. They don't start aging till they're like 80. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious. I wish I didn't start aging till I was 80. He was born November 27th, 1992. Isn't that the truth? That cracks me up. They all look like they are forever 12. They don't start aging till they're 80. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Ugh. Look at me. I'm getting all red in the face because I'm cracking up so much. It's so hot in here. That's hilarious, Ashley. All right. So what I'm getting is for Park, when I ask if he will meet like a true love, like a serious, the one person, long-term, happy, all of that stuff. When I ask that, I'm going to say that right now, he's not looking for that. So, he's not looking for that right now. I want to know his skincare routine. Yes. Yes. If anyone finds out, tell me. Oh my God, you guys are cracking me up. Some people are just blessed, aren't they? Anyway. Yeah, you're all cracking me up. So yeah, I don't think he's looking for a serious relationship right now. So hi, honey. Hubby just came home. I don't think he's looking for that right now. However, I do think that eventually, yes, he will meet, like, like the one, like a true love, that long term, very serious, very happy, chance of marriage, living together, all of that stuff. So I do think that, yes. Um, yeah, Mr. KKMP. Oh my God, you guys are cracking me up. So yeah, I do think he is eventually going to meet, like a true love, like, you know, the one, but not right now. I don't think he's interested in that right now. Hey, honey, they're saying hi to you. Hello. He just said hello. I don't think he's interested in that right now. So I'm not getting that he wants that right now. Right now, he's really, what his goal is, what he's working on is his career. Yes, exactly. His focus is on his career. Building that up. And you know what? I get that he went through kind of a difficult relationship. So whatever his last relationship was, might not even been the last one. I don't know. But some relationship kind of really messed him up. So he's got to heal from that. And I don't think he's totally healed yet. So, he's got to do some healing. So right now it's kind of like he's put a wall up. He's shut down because he doesn't want to. He wants to focus on his career and he doesn't want to get hurt again. But let's ask if the one will be somebody famous, somebody well known, somebody famous. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a Sagittarius. Well, yeah. Sagittarians like freedom, freedom, freedom. I don't sing as good as George Michael. Yes, it is going to be somebody famous, well known, however you want to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing he's got to do some healing. Again, it's showing that he wants to work on his career, money. And again, he doesn't like this past relationship that kind of messed him up. And this is really how he feels about relationships right now. Not happy about them. So he's got to heal from that. But yeah, when he does and when he's ready, I do think it's going to be somebody well known or famous. So let me see if I can focus on how long. Wow, I'm getting everybody needs healing all the time except Korean skin. Yeah. I'm getting it's probably going to be I'm getting about 5 to 7 years. Sending him love, positive healing energy and healing. Yep. I feel like it's going to be a number of years yet before this person comes in, before he's ready, before Park is ready. I just think I don't think he's ready yet. I can just feel his energy. He's not ready yet. He's got to heal. He's got to let go of the past. And he wants to still work on his career and kind of get that to a place where he feels good. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just, I hope he Yeah, he is young. He's got plenty of time, but I just want him to heal, and I there's nothing wrong with him working on his career. I just hope that he also works on himself too. So let's okay. All right. Here's a couple of these are the couple of the strange things that I didn't know what to make of. So Meghan and Harry. Okay. I don't know if I've got any of my UK people on today, but Meghan and Harry. I feel like there are 25,000 things that come out about them every single day. And yes, thank you, April. I realize that he and Taylor Swift are very similar energetically. You could ask about that if there is something that that unites them, maybe. So, April, are you talking about Park and possibly dating Taylor Swift? Let me focus on their energy. I would say they're similar in the aspect of I get what you're saying about similar energy. I think they're both driven about their career. They're very driven with their careers. So I do feel that. I can feel both of them, their careers are very important to them, and they're both, driven. Dating or collaborating with Taylor? Well, let's ask that. Let's ask that before we get to the craziness with Meghan and Harry. Okay, so let's ask if Park, that would be amazing. Meg's head would fall off. Okay, so let's ask if Park and Taylor Swift will ever either date and or collab together. That's a good question. Let's see. Well, I don't know that I feel that those two are going to collab together. I'm getting a no on that, but I think he's got something in the works where he's trying to collab with somebody else who's really big. And I don't know who that would be. I mean, there's so many stars out there, talented people, but I don't know. I'm not going to say a definite no. I mean, I am getting a no, but I feel like one of them doesn't feel like the other is their taste, or not. I don't want to say their taste, but is their style, or they wouldn't be a good collab match, I guess, if that makes sense. So one or the other of them doesn't quite feel that would be a good collab. But I do think Park is thinking about collabing with somebody big. I don't think it's Taylor, though. To me, Meghan and Harry's marriage seems really challenging, no fun. Well, I think that's an understatement, Natalie. I think that's like a major understatement. Taylor Swift dates more than my dogs go out the back door. I have heard that. I've heard that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be with Park, though. And I don't think they're going to collab either. I I don't know. I'm not feeling that, but I do feel someone big. I think there's some talks in the works, Park, with somebody that he might collab with. That's pretty big, I would say. Okay, back to Harry and Meghan. Good Lord. I mean, I just literally, I feel like the amount of things that I hear about them, I could do 16 videos on them. It's just insane. I don't even know what is going on. So I think Taylor Swift is in the closet, and that's why she goes through so many men, because she makes too much money on breakup songs. She does make a lot of money on breakup songs. Yes, she does. Is she in the closet? I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, Meghan and Harry. So I'm going to start with the little one, and then I'm going to go to the one I was like, what? So let's start with, I heard today, I saw something today that said that Meghan, I don't know if she was accused by her staff that she was bullying her staff, or she bullies her staff. So that's not cool if she's doing that. I would like to see Harry get away from Meghan. Me gain, yes. I think everybody on the planet would, honestly. She's a dark energy. I don't like her energy. But let's ask if she does really or has bullied her staff. That's one thing I saw. But then the other one, I was like, what in the world? I thought, I got to ask about this. Well, I do get a yes, allegedly. I'm getting a double yes. And I'm getting that some of them have left, I think. Do you guys know if she had some of her staff quit, or, because they couldn't take how she was treating them or talking to them? I think some of them have left. I'm seeing some of them have left and moved on. But yes, I do think that, yes. And I think she's actually trying to work on that since she lost some of them. Well, I would imagine she's really going to start working on that now, since it's like, being out in the news and everything, yet another scandal that she's, are there real children? That's the crazy question, Tangerine. I think he stays for the children, and he really doesn't have anyone right now, and he feels so alone. Yeah. He's a little confused, Chrissy. Allegedly, when I focus on his energy, I don't think he is too happy in life in general. I think he's looking back thinking, what did I do? It will be an act until she gets real help by a therapist. Yeah. I just feel, I kind of, I don't agree with all the stuff that Harry does, but I kind of feel, I don't know. I kind of feel like he's made some bad decisions, and he's listening to her give him bad advice. And I do think he does feel alone. He doesn't have his family anymore. He left the royal family. I feel he does love her. I think he does, but I don't know if it's to the same strength as it was when they were first together. I think that's waning. All right. Tangerine guessed it. I saw this and I was like, what in the world? So the latest thing going around Twitter and everywhere is he was sheltered his whole life. She knew she could manipulate him. Yeah. Loves her, not in love with her. He sees her true colors. Oh, he sees her true colors. All right. And I agree with you, Tangerine. She's a great manipulator, I think, of a lot of people. But yeah, she does manipulate him. So fake children. This is the latest thing that I saw in the last few days, and I was like, the internet, social media is blowing up, saying that Meghan was wearing a fake baby bump, that they're not, she didn't actually birth those children, fake children, that they're not really hers. Maybe surrogate, maybe, I don't even know. I didn't read into all of the theories, but I was like, what in the world? And there's all of these people that are posting, like they're analyzing, just like they do for Britney Spears. They're analyzing like a comparison of this picture and this one when she was pregnant, and then look at how this bump is lower, and then this one looks like, allegedly, right? Right, Ashley, allegedly, then this one, it looks like she doesn't even have the bump. And I'm telling you, go on Twitter. It is all, well, DNA, but listen, who are they actually going to go and do the DNA? Really? If they're trying, if this is true, and I'm going to ask, but if this is true, then is she really going to do the DNA so that everyone else finds out? No, she wouldn't. I don't think she, why would she? So I'm going to ask, as crazy as this question sounds, I'm going to ask if somebody else birthed those children. Yeah. Allegedly. Allegedly. All right. So did somebody like a surrogate or something? I don't even know. I'm telling you, it gets crazier and crazier with those two. Yeah, Natalie, yes, he will. I actually did that on a previous one of my live streams. I forget, it was maybe a couple months ago, but I did ask that. In all of my live streams, I end up going back. Usually I try to do it in the week, like say, so I'm doing it, I know. Oh boy. But usually I'll I do my lives on Friday. So I'll try to do the following week where I go back and re-listen and put all the timestamps in all the descriptions of my live videos, my live streams. So if you go back, look through, and I try to put like the main heads, the main names in the subject. So if you look at the titles in my past live streams, look for, you can look up Harry and Meghan. Asked about them in quite a few, and then look in the descriptions and you can see the timestamps where, and what I asked about them. So, you can go back and, see all the things that I've asked, but do I allegedly think that maybe a surrogate was used? Yes, allegedly. Hmm. I didn't expect to see this. Um, it looked like it took them a little bit to decide that they were going to go do it this way. And they're really trying to keep it under wraps. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to being wrong. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a yes. Well, they would, I don't know. CRISPR babies are all the rage among celebrities. Yeah, I mean, I know that the royals, I don't think, especially Catherine in particular, Kate, she is not a fan of Meghan. And I did pick up on that on one of my other lives, but I don't know of too many people who are a fan of Meghan, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. This is what allegedly, this is what I'm getting that, yeah. Yeah. I do think that there was possibly a surrogate. Yep. Allegedly. You can definitely see that through Kate's body language. Yeah. This is a strange one. I don't know. Like I said, I'm open to being wrong because this is a really weird topic, but that will backfire on Meghan. Yeah, I agree. Everything that Meghan has done is going to backfire. Yeah, that was a wild question. So I am open to being wrong, but that's what I'm getting. That I think a surrogate might have been used allegedly. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. That was my crazy question about she is just as bad as Amber Heard. Yeah. Although with Amber Heard, I feel a little, she's not balanced, allegedly. Meghan, I just think, is just not a nice person. Yeah. Yeah, I just think Meghan is not a nice person. You know, she always feels, when I focus on her energy, she feels entitled to me. She's entitled. Yeah, agreed. Okay. That was my question on crazy questions on Meghan and Harry, mainly Meghan. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get to, well, I'm going to try to get through these because it's already been an hour and a half. Let me see if I can get through these really quick. I might have to save a couple of these for my next week's live, but let me ask about really quick, since someone asked today, having a child that way is fine, but lying and wearing a false bump is nuts. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it even goes further than that. Like it showed, there was one picture I saw where I think it was when they first had, was it the first child? But they came out and Prince Harry was holding the baby, and it was the first time, I guess, the baby was just born and the cameras were there. and Meghan was standing next to him, and they're saying that the baby that Harry was holding was not even a real baby. It's like a doll or something. If that's true, I think maybe they did that for security purposes for the baby. They say she carried a baby doll. Yeah. I mean, I can see that one though, because it would be, to me, it would be for security. I get it. I mean, weren't they still royals at that time? So I get it. That one I get. But I mean, I could see why they would do that. But anyway, it just nuts. That was just that was a wild question that I saw. Okay, so let's ask this really quick. John, the Church of Latter-day Saints and John Smith, the Church of Latter-day Saints, do they have accurate teachings of John Smith? So I don't know anything about this religion, but I'm going to ask because somebody on here asked. Let's see. Allegedly, some of his teachings are accurate. I mean, accurate, I don't even know what you meant by that, Linda, like what's accurate about it, but like, is it true to what he said, or is it true to how it used to be? Did he change it? Like, I don't know anything about that, but I'm getting sort of. Some of it is accurate. They have a Book of Mormon. Okay. Some of it is accurate to those, I guess, historic teachings. Some of it has been drastically changed. So some of it is drastically changed, and they're purporting, allegedly, and they're purporting that it's legitimate and that it is how the teachings have always been. So they're making it seem like this is what's in the book. This has always been this way. They may have even altered or doctored the book, allegedly. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting that some of it has changed, and some of it is still the same. So I'm getting, they've carried over some of it, but some of it is way off. But they're making it seem like it's still, the accurate teachings. So Christianity and a Book of Mormon, and they believe in God. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know a lot about them. So, I mean, I am getting that there is, some of it's been changed. Some of it's not accurate. It's way off. And some of it is still accurate. Well, I don't think that I guess it's subjective. How do people exactly feel what a prophet is, right? People are probably going to have a different opinion depending on, or a different understanding of what that term means, depending on who you ask. I'm glad you didn't. You know, I hate to say that, but Linda, I'm glad you didn't. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You have to do what your heart tells you to do, you know? What your heart is telling you would be the best for you. That's what you have to do. That's a tough one. All right. The last thing I'm going to do, because I did say I was going to do it on this video, is, and then I've got a couple other things I'm just going to carry over to the next week. Summer Wells. This is such a sad story. And there's so many things that could be asked in this case. I'm going to ask just a couple now, and I may do a deeper dive. Like I may dedicate a video just to that, you know, just on her, a separate, you know, pre-recorded video. But I'm going to ask a couple things on here because I said I would. So I'm going to ask a couple things, and then I may do a full dedicated video. Okay. First thing I want to ask is if she will ever be found. I already know what I feel on this, but I'm going to ask the cards. No. No. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, no. I don't think she's ever going to be found. The people that did what I feel was done with her made sure of that. I don't think she's going to be found. And I think that people are going to eventually probably find out at least part of the real truth about what happened. Yeah, that's how I feel, Chrissy. So I think that whoever is part of the story will get out. I think, you know, authorities or whoever will learn, you know, part of the story, but I don't think she's going to be found. So, I mean, you know, they really covered their tracks. They covered their tracks. So, but you know why some of the information is going to come out is because there's a lot of people involved in what happened. There's like a group, allegedly. There's like a group of people. I hope you know what I mean by group, like a ring. There's a lot of people that know what happened. Something is going to come out. Someone is going to talk at some point. Someone's going to talk. There's too many people involved. Okay. Was she cremated? Let me focus on that. I don't pick up. I'm not picking up. I don't think she was cremated. Mm-mm. No, I don't pick that up. I don't think that she was. I'm not getting that. Not at all. But I know my heart does too. You know, anyone who has any kind of empathy, where you can kind of your intuition, I think anyone who focuses on that energy around that whole situation and the parents and all that, you can feel the energy and what was happening. It's so heavy. Maybe I'll ask this. Maybe I'll ask if I'm trying to figure out how to ask it. I'm going to ask, I'm going to say it like this, and you guys can maybe read between the lines here. I'm going to ask this. Will anyone in Summer's family, anyone in her family ever be charged for anything in relation to this case? Allegedly. I want to ask that. I do. I'm getting kind of what I would call a soft yes, which means it's not exactly been decided yet, but I do think that someone in the family will eventually be charged. Once the information comes out, once people start talking, then, it's obviously, I don't know if this is considered a cold case yet or if it's still, an active case. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked up anything on this case in a while, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I do feel that, allegedly some people in the family will be charged in this case. So yeah, once people start talking. Agreed. I feel like this is a part of a big, large ring. That's what I've always gotten. Allegedly. That's what I've always gotten. Ashley, to answer your question, yes. Let me see if I can get a timing on that. I'm getting about possibly around 3 years. So I guess that would be considered a few years. I'm getting about maybe 3 years. So it's not right away, but but I think it's not that far. I mean, we wish it would be now, obviously. I mean, it's already been, gosh, how many years has it been already? I don't even remember. Yeah, but I'm getting about 3 years. So I think it's going to be about 3 years. That's what happened with the Oklahoma 7 murders. They just stopped talking about it and haven't heard a peep in the last 2 months. Yeah. Are you talking about actually, you're talking about that JESSEE guy? Did they find out authorities were involved and hush up about it? Well, I mean, when I focus on that energy, I get that they had to distract. They'll do that, right? They'll put out distractions. This is going on, so they're going to distract us over there so that we don't focus on this anymore. So I know that happens. Let's ask. You are talking about that guy JESSEE, right? What was his name? JESSEE something. That's a terrible case. Oh my God. Let me see. Don't know his name, but he murdered his wife and 5 kids, then killed himself. Yeah. Well, they were his stepkids, and then one of his stepkids had a friend over, if I'm thinking of the right case you're talking about. Let's see. Let's ask if, what was the name? I can't, it's JESSEE something. JESSEE. That is an absolutely insane case. I highly recommend you guys go look up. You know who has good details on that case? Is it's called his YouTube channel is called The Pascal Show. And he covered that case extensively, and he got a lot of information out there. He's fabulous. The Pascal Show. So look up, anything about the Oklahoma case, JESSEE something. I forget what his last name is. But, if you want more details on that case, I recommend looking up his channel. But anyway, let's ask if any authority type figures, members, agencies, whatever, allegedly were involved somehow in a ring. Bye, Maria. Heart to you too. I would also like you to do maybe a future video on missing child Chiron Horman from Oregon. You know what? I think I've heard about. I'm going to put that on my list. Let me add that to my list. Okay. All right, I've got that on my list. Thank you for that suggestion, Tangerine. JESSEE McFadden, that's it. Yes, that's it. Yes, you're right, Chrissy. JESSEE McFadden. I was blanking on the name. Well, you know why that is? Because it's a distraction. They've been distracting us over here so that we don't focus on it anymore, because it got all of this attention. It was just insane. That was an insane case. When you look up the history, do a deep dive on all of the stuff that comes up about JESSEE McFadden, what he did, what he was involved in, what happened, what he was allowed to get away with when he was in prison for the love of God. The story will make you, it's insane. It will make you very angry that this stuff actually goes on. All right, so I'm going to ask if any authorities, agencies, whatever, were any somehow at all involved in this JESSEE McFadden case, allegedly. Yeah, see, I keep hearing distraction. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ashley. But go look up the Pascal Show. He has a lot of videos on it when this happened. I haven't heard of that one, Penny. I'll have to look into that one. I have not heard about that one. Oh, Shabusiness. You know what? I have heard that name. I think she's in court or on trial or whatever. I don't know that I know the actual details of the case, though. Yeah, and that's not her real name. I think she legally changed it to that, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so back to JESSEE McFadden. Let's just ask if Penny and Chrissy and any of you on here, I recommend looking up all the information from the very beginning and the history on JESSEE McFadden, because that is a wow as well. Crazy case, crazy. Okay. I already knew this because that's what I was picking up, psychically in my mediumship. So I'm not surprised by this answer. Were there any officials, agencies, any kind of legal anything, any sort of agency that you can possibly come up with? Were they involved in what the ring circumstances were with the JESSEE McFadden case? I'm getting a solid yes, allegedly. Yes. Here they all are. Many. That's kind of what I picked up on anyway. I picked up on that right from the beginning. And when you hear the stuff that in that case, you're going to be like, how does this happen? Yes, Ashley, absolutely. They made a distraction over here. Let's look over here so we don't focus on this because we want to push it under the rug so we don't get caught. Let's not focus on this anymore. Let's look over there because we want to push this under the rug. Yeah, they silenced the case. Absolutely. She was found guilty. The details are sick. I'm going to have to look into that case, Penny, because I just don't know a lot about it. I've heard the name and I knew she was on trial, but she was found guilty. I mean, that's good. I just don't know I don't know the details, but if you want another case that is just a major cover-up, rings involving young people, if you know what I'm saying, JESSEE McFadden case, go research that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, think of a ring, lots of agencies involved, cover up. It's just a terrible. Yeah, I'm going to put this on my list just so I can remind myself to look up that Shabusiness because I don't know the details. So okay, because I want to look up some information on that. I want to see what that's about. I'm starting to wonder if authorities are involved in Idaho. That is one of the drug cartel was directly involved with the Idaho 4. I mean, I did a video on that, a pre-recorded video. I don't feel I didn't get, when I connect into the energy, I don't get it was cartel. I'm not getting that. I do get major rug with a D dealers, big, that was like that was a thing. I don't know that I got that it was Cartel though. Because Cartel, I feel like that's from other countries, right? I don't know they didn't do it, but made Brian do it. Watch a creator by the name of The Docket. He only does facts and documents. Okay. What did he come up with? Penny, I don't know. Let me see. I've focused on that because I know that that is one of the theories out there that are the authorities involved in the Idaho 4 case. So I know that that's, you know what I talked about this on my last week's video, but when you have these sensationalized cases, right? Like for instance, the Carlee Russell or the Idaho 4 is another great example where there are 50 bajillion theories running rampant all over the internet and social media. And so what I do is every time I hear one, I kind of get into that energy of what I just heard and I focus on the energy and and I see if it feels like that is, it's so hard for me to explain how I do this, but I get into the energy and feel if that's what I feel happened or if that one's true or if it's not true. That's kind of what I do. I don't know that I feel, this is what I do feel. I'm going to ask about the authorities, but what I do feel is that, what was that other guy's name? What was that other guy's name? Oh my God. The other guy the Marine, that's the one theory that there was that Marine, Brent, oh my God, what was his name? Anyway, he lived, if you compare all of the strange facts in that case, what the heck was his name? I kind of, when I focused on that possibility, I almost feel like that person was involved. What was his name? You know who you can go to get a lot of detailed stuff, food for thought to think about on the Brent Kopacha case? Go to, I think it's called Crime Circus. I'll just tell you straight up, the guy's a little strange, but he really has been researching into all of these offshoot theories on this case. And then he puts together these things and you're like, wow. So I would say go to his channel, Crime Circus, and look up, he kind of breaks down, what is that guy's name though? But the Marine, who I think his initials are BK as well. And he killed himself. Yes. I just can't remember his name. Brent, I don't know. So I think that guy, when I focused on that energy, was involved in this, the Idaho 4, allegedly. But let's ask if any authorities are involved in the Idaho 4 case. I'm going to ask that. Allegedly. I do think somehow someone from some agency is involved. Yes. Yes, allegedly. I think either Dylan or Bethany's dad works for the government. Yeah, I heard that too. So that could be the agency. One of the moms was in and out of rehab, and it was also part of the whole rug with the D scene, right? And so, yeah, absolutely. Literally, they had a hand in it. And see, I did a couple videos. I asked some questions on live streams, which I always put in the description, but I also did a pre-recorded on Brian Koberger, and I did a live on, I did so many videos on Brian Koberger and the Idaho 4. I always pick up on a big group, a huge group of people that, yes, absolutely, Tangerine. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, Dylan's mom was a drug addict, so must have been Bethany, whose dad is in government. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't, there's so many parties involved in this, but I always pick up a big group of people who were involved in different aspects. This thing, so when I focus on it, it's so scattered. There's so many people involved and so much information coming from here and here and here and here. I'm telling you, it's a big group thing. Ring, I don't know. Hi, Stephanie. I'm here for the supernatural. Yes, we had our supernatural chat and experience last week because all of a sudden my screen disappeared and I couldn't see anything. And my daughter had to run up here and read me the questions in the chat. It was funny. This is a little supernatural. So when I focus on the Idaho 4, so yes, I do think some agencies, authorities, whatever, are involved. And I do think it's a huge ring group, whatever, of rugs with a D. Too many people involved. It is a big group. So, yeah, that's another really crazy. I'm telling you, if you want to really get into the crazy theories, but the down to the minutia details in the Brian Kober Idaho 4 case, go watch Crime Circus. Thank you, Penny. So I'm just going to tell you, it's just so you're not shocked when you see it. He's like in a dark background. He's a young guy. He has spiders. He draws spiders on his cheeks and like a little spider web that they're hanging down. And he makes his eyes look like they're like he's a zombie or something. And it's like dark and he's got smoke. So he's a little strange, but he gets into these nooks and crannies and digs up this information. And I've watched, and it's nice because his videos are not too long, maybe 20 minutes on average. So you're not, watching for 2 hours for each video, say 20 to 30 minutes at the most. But you're getting, he's like putting together this stuff and you're like, wow. I hope justice is given for the victims. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah. So, I don't see, because I feel so many people are involved in that case, allegedly. That's the thing. I don't know that everybody that was involved in that conspiracy is going to be charged, caught, charged. It may not even come out how big the thing is and just all the people that were involved. So he has 13 videos in his playlist. Yeah. Oh, you just looked him up. Yeah. The nooks and crannies, especially his later ones. I don't know. And I don't know if he has any live ones that he does, or I'm not sure. But he really, I mean, you're sitting there going, you will start thinking completely different after you listen to what he comes up with. It's amazing. And the Pascal show, Pascal is great with the JESSEE McFadden case. So that's a good one to, watch for that. I'm going to look up probably this weekend and just get some more information on this Taylor Shabusiness, because I love Pascal. Isn't he awesome? He's amazing. I love him. He's got such a good energy, just such a kind heart. He's amazing. What's up with all the celebs moving out of Cali? I heard that. What let me ask real quick. I mean, I don't know who's moved. It's evil. Well, it is evil there. Hollywood. Yeah, it is evil there. But I don't know. Let's ask why, if there's a specific reason, nefarious reason, let's say, why tons of them started moving out within the last 6 months. I mean, anyone big that I would have heard of? Because I don't pay attention. I don't know. Let's ask why. Anything nefarious. Kevin Hart, Zac Efron, Jim Carrey is trying to move. The list goes on and on. There is a very dark, dark energy there. That's exactly right. Mic drop. That's why. And they feel it's affecting their career. Yeah, there's a reason it's always on fire. Yeah. They feel it's affecting their career. It's no longer good for them. And they feel that they're being stunted from their success or their career or their life or whatever. So they just want out. They just want out. I agree. I mean, I think, I agree. Not good there. So yeah, that's I think what is going on with Carlee. I wonder if there's going to be another state that's going to end up taking over for, I mean, if everybody leaves, then what'll happen with Hollywood? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I live in Cali and I want out. Yeah. What part of Cali, Stephanie? They are spreading out all over to various states. It's too hot here. Yeah, I heard it was really hot there. We were talking about the weather earlier. I mean, I think it was Chrissy that mentioned New York and Ohio, and we had a few people around that were all saying that it's Clovis. Okay. That it's just been brutal. The weather's been brutal. Like the humidity and it's, was like in the 90s here, and you walk outside, you could cut that thick mugginess with a knife. So 87 here in New York. Yeah. Hi, Golden. All right. I'm going to ask your question, Golden, and then I'm going to go because I'm hungry. I want to go eat dinner. Yeah. Oh, it's down to 87 here now. It's cooler. It's 87 here now in Chicago. I love your work. Thank you. Aw, thanks, Tangerine. I love you. It was 95 here in Chicago today. Yeah, I know. It was brutal. Brutal. My watch says it's 87 now, so it's cooler. Woo, it's 87. Okay. What's going to happen with me and William? What's for dinner? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner yet. I haven't decided. Got to talk to the hubby about it. All right, Golden. What is going to happen with me and William? Are the two of you broken up right now? I have 2 nights off. Woohoo, no cooking. Yes. Awesome. Good for you. It's too hot to cook. Are you two broken up, Golden? Because I'm seeing possibly that you've been broken up, but I do think you will get back together if you're broken up, or if you're taking a little break. I see you getting back together. I see some happiness coming. I see getting back together. You know, I see things. I think you could, if you decide that that's what you want, I think you could have some good things coming. So I see it that it could be good, but I will say this. There have been a lot of things that have happened that were not so good in the past. And I think William may not have been the nicest to you or said some mean things or whatever. So just know that he's going to try really hard to keep that under control, but it is still part of who he is. So just know that, you know, you got to make that decision. If you have to know that that's part of who he is, and it may come back up again. And are you willing to put up with that? So, you know, 2 Williams. So I think, you know, if you want to, what's his sign? Stephanie wants to know what his sign is. And what's your sign? So, I mean, I think it could go back, and I think he will really try. But just know that, you know, I think he's got that. That's part of who he is when he gets kind of mean like that. So that'll probably most likely come up again. So that's a decision you have to make if you want to put up with that. I'm a strong Capricorn and a Cancer. So he's a Cancer. Leopard never changes his spots. Yeah. You know, put up those boundaries. I know one William a Cancer and another a Capricorn. I'm not sure which one you were asking about. I just asked about the William that you asked about in the chat. So I don't know which one you asked about. You know, he cussed me out. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see that's part of him. I mean, I see that. So, here's the crux of it. I see him really trying, which I give him credit for. I think that's really great that he's going to try, but I think that's still part of who he is, and it's going to happen again. So what you need to ask yourself is, do you feel that you want to put up with that? That's what I would ask you. Do you feel that you want to put up with that? Is that the best for you? But I mean, I do see him making an effort, and, you know, I think it'll last a little bit. You know, you just have to decide what you want to do, really. You know, What's the best for you? That's what you have a decision to make. Because if you don't look out for you, who else is going to do it? If you don't put up your boundaries, who's going to do it? You have to be your advocate. You have to be the one that looks out for you and puts up boundaries and takes care of you, because nobody else is going to do it. It's up to you to do that for yourself. So that's the decision that you're going to have to make. Yep. I don't care if he not abusive. I would say that is a little bit of abuse. That's a different kind of abuse. There's different kinds and levels of abuse, right? Yelling at someone and calling them names and whatever, that's kind of abusive, I think. I'm not going back to my old job because Kathy said not to. I value her opinion. I'm trying for a hospital job now. Oh, good luck. Well, I'm glad. I didn't like the energy there, Stephanie. Good luck. Keep us updated on if you get it. Sending good vibes to you. Loving good vibes to you. Okay, my wonderful, lovely friends. Good luck to you. Sending all the best vibes. Thank you. Lots of good vibes to Stephanie. Oh, thank you, T. Waltz. T. Waltz. Hello, just subscribed to you about 2 days ago. First live, you're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome too. I love you guys. You're all awesome. I look forward to my Fridays when I get to hang out with you guys. Big hugs to you guys too. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening and have a great weekend. Stay cool. If you have a pool, go swimming, or go to Chrissy's house and go swimming. Because she has a nice pool from what I understand. So have a great weekend, everybody. And I will see you next Friday. And I'm going to try to do some videos this week too. I just have to do it. So have a great weekend. I love you guys. Big hugs to you. Have a great weekend. Have a great night. Bye, guys. Bye.